Hi, this is Siva Experiment here. First off, I want to say thank you for 50 subscribers, like over 50 subscribers. I wasn't really expecting it in a way. Like, statistically, I was eventually going to hit 50 subscribers. I just didn't think it'd be now, or a couple months ago probably. Especially with how I upload and stuff like that, where, oh, I just want to upload this. Here we go. Into the void. Like, into the internet verse. Into the internet. So, thank you, all 54, 53 people now, I think, that are subscribed to the channel. Don't mind this, sorry, I'm on my phone right now recording, so you're gonna see the bottom of my loft bed, because that's where my workbench is, that's where my blaster wall is, my small, really small blaster wall is with pegboard and stuff, where some of my projects are, you know, current projects here. Hi 3D printer. High switch shot that I took apart because I thought there was a screw in there, that for motor screws in there, but actually it was just a piece of a Jupiter. Yeah, 3D printed the out of darts Jupiter, just a piece of it in there, like part of the motor, the fucking whatever the heck it's called. But yeah, so I gotta put that back together. But yeah, I don't really know how to start any of this, I guess. So I was originally recording on my GoPro, but the battery died on it because it doesn't charge while recording. I didn't know. Now I know. Fun. So now it's charging. Just chilling right here, charging. It should be fine. I'll delete the footage and have this be take 2, basically. So, basically, gotta say basically a lot. So, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is just go over a few blasters, go over my loadout and stuff like that, go over future plans, go over maybe a few other things. My setup, I guess, if I can way to put it. Yeah, I look fine. Actually, I can shower. So, yeah. I guess a good way to start would be my primary. This is Strife Firefly integration. I'll show this side. I've had this blaster and been working on it on again, off again, just as the needs arise for 7+ years or so. Basically, the year or the year after I moved into this house here, I worked on this blaster and made it. So it is it's a HVZ setup. Generally it's supposed to hit about 130s, 120s, 130s. And the most recent touch-up, tune-up, I guess you can say, for it would be putting the cover on here, redoing some of the epoxy work and epoxy putty work to reinforce everything, and changing out the flywheels, and also putting on this. Such a small change, such a big difference though. It looks so better. I like it a lot more. I liked it, now I love it. It's great. Granted, I love the blaster weekend, but I'm like, I love it. It's small, it's not clean. The cleanest, actually this is pretty clean compared to the other side. But real nice. So yeah, the specs are it's a 2S setup running Michelle 2.0 flywheels and an OFP. I think it's a 43.5 millimeter cage. I thought that was the 42.5, which if it's the 42.5, that explains the performance things. But I don't think it is because it's hit 130s before. So yeah, Michelle put in 2.0s in the open flywheel project cage with previously Worker smooth wheels, but now I'm running the Out of Darts Insunato wheels. The Worker smooth are in the Insunato bag. That way I can keep track of them and use them for a future project, for example. Yeah, with this setup, I'm supposed to be hitting about 120s, 130s with it. Perfect for HVZ. Perfect for the wars I'm participating in, which have a soft cap of 130. A hard cap's 150 or so. So yeah, It's perfect for my play style, for how I play. It shoulders nice. Everything's nice, smooth, crispy. In terms of function, form, a bit rough, but first integration as well. But it runs perfectly good. Okay, when it runs good. I had to replace the motor screws in it as well. Apparently I didn't have motor screws in it. Weird me. Okay. So yeah, that's my primary blaster. Normally there's a sling on it, but I don't have it on right now because, you know, I was working on it and stuff like that. And it is the Seaver prototype 84.3254187. So this is part of my Siva prototype line, Siva prototype project line, whatever the heck you want to call it. And part of the lore for my character, Siva Experiment 429320, you know, the 42.9320, you know, the YouTube name, the channel name. Basically, if you don't know it, and I'm gonna have a Siva log for it, which, if you don't know what those are, basically it's like a journal, like a scientist's log on it for the advancement and progression of Siva and the use for Destiny 2 and Destiny the universe, I guess, for the utilization of Siva to bolster the City Guardians weapons and themselves, if they so choose, and the city's infrastructure as a whole. Hold on, sorry, glasses. Bit dirty. Better. Okay. So basically, time frame for this could be Season of the Warmind, or Season of the Worthy, or Season of the Seraph if you want. During the events of Season of the Seraph, I guess, where basically just after Rise of Iron as a whole, you can plop it in. Where the City Guardians, mainly the Warlock research team, with authorization of the Vanguard, you know, being primarily Zavala, with coordination with Banshee 44, the city's the Guardians' primary gunsmith, the Vanguard's primary gunsmith, develop augmented firearms that bolster have a bolstered capability, you know, perform better, generally just are better firearms compared to the standard stuff. So, you know, have a bit of that edge. And then, and this is one of those blasters. This was a later development in it, stuff like that. The first one is, for actual stuff, is this little guy, just a jolt that I painted up. It's a black and red, but not like the typical way you do black and red. I kind of just sprayed both on each other at the same time. It's like, it's good. Didn't really turn out great. But hey, I wanted to paint a jolt, so I did it. The next would be actually my secondary blaster for my loadout, would be the Siva prototype 0.9 or 0.9. It's a stock Sweet Revenge. At least currently it's stock. I'm going to possibly upgrade either the cylinder on it, even though I painted this one. I'm going to do something to it eventually. I wouldn't be surprised if I never touch it, though, because I like it. It's an okay secondary. Fits my purposes. I like to... Also, it's a perfect spin blaster. I'm pretty alright at it. So yeah, this guy is my secondary, and shit, stuff's falling, crap's falling, oh no, it's the end times, this is what I get for using the phone instead of the GoPro, which I had a decent mount for. I'm gonna leave that in, because I don't really know how to edit, and screw it, why not? So yeah, I'm just not gonna put it away. I'm gonna just leave it on my table for now. So yeah, that's a brief overview of SIVA Experiment 42.9320, 42.9320. I keep doing 42.9320, and some of the blasters and stuff like that that I made in conjunction with the character, and just the rough overview of how I want to do a story for it. I'm going to eventually link it somewhere, maybe do a community post regarding the SIVA logs. Maybe if I want to. If I feel like it's at a point where I can share it with like openly with everyone, instead of just so you to select Discord servers. Crap. Oh no, I know the impacts and stuff don't do good on it. Don't bang stuff hard. Don't you dare. Okay. Next blaster up would be my Nexus Pro. It's stock. Got the scar barrel on it from out of darts. I'm going to once I get my chronograph, the Saturn chronograph. Oh yeah, it's weird. I'm gonna see if it hits under 130. If not, I'm gonna have to get a low power spring for it. And then it just has the Stampede sling on it, which works good for it. I'm eventually gonna get a skinny pusher for it as well. That way I can insert and remove magazines while primed, stuff like that. Just a quality of life thing. And it has a cheap Vulcan red dot on it, airsoft red dot. Works fine. I should pop it out to my length, roughly. Yeah, works fine. I like it. It works good. It's decent. This is my main half-length blaster, for the record. So, if I'm using this, I'm using half-length darts. Hold on, let's put it back. This, I don't really have a good place to put it, unlike it's a chunker. It's a big boy, so I can't really pop it on the desk. I'll work back there. I'll figure it out later. I hate that. So yeah, that's just a rough overview of the blasters I use mainly. I'm hoping to get a Nightingale actually, and replacing the Sweet Revenge, because the Nightingale, in my opinion, is a better blaster for a secondary usage. I've used it a few times before and loved it. So having a whole on the right side, a right-sided Nightingale holster. That way, pop, 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 with my non-dominant hand, while I still have my main blaster shouldered and ready to go. General, minor tweaks to my loadout and stuff like that in terms of blasters and carrying stuff. For main stuff for it, I have a plate carrier, an actual plate carrier. Like, I can put a fucking ballistic plate in here. Pretty cool. I'm gonna grab this. YouTube, this is airsoft. This is clear. This is not a real firearm. YouTube. You can tell it's not a real firearm. By the way, it's a airsoft SIG P365. Just to have a rough idea of what I want for an actual firearm, which I'm actually gonna get a SIG probably. Little tangent, but hey, I just wanted to feel it. Okay. So, my basic chest rig is 3 18-round mags in mag holders. I forget what they're called, where I got them from. I think out of darts. Same with these guys. The little guy is here, sides out of darts. Pretty sure. So yeah, 3 18-round mags, 2 12-round mags, and then I have a 25-round drum in my primary. That's my general standard loadout, I guess. Definitely not enough darts for much things, especially with how I I'm hoping to actually use less darts overall, without and also without just I don't really have a good way to reload and stuff like that. These magazines quickly, I can top off and stuff like that pretty fine. It's just, oh, I don't really have certain things and stuff like that that can make it easier on me. One moment. If I'm running a primarily half-length blaster, or with a half-length blaster, I'm gonna have in place of two 12s. I'm gonna have two full-length 12s. I'm gonna have two half-length 12s with the adapters on it. I'm pretty sure I have three. I don't know where the third one is. I'll find it eventually. And then the third half-length mag. So basically pops it, and this is primarily for my Nexus, as you know, the Nexus Pro adapter. So pop it in, use half lengths, and then switch it out with this guy if I never find the adapter. Switch out, hold shebang. Symmetry. Everything about symmetry as well. So as you can tell, I have two orange 18 rounds and a clear one, and then I have for my Nexus mags, I have the purple sticker ones that I bought from a friend on the sides, and then the one that came with the Nexus in the center there. And I can also put two more Nexus mags as well if I want, and I probably will, just for a few more darts. But yeah, hopefully this kind of configuration and my ideal playstyle, adapted playstyle, and this is going more towards HVZ and stuff like that, is more towards HVZ because ammunition is far more important there compared to a nerf war where there's not enough combatants, there's not enough of a rush, I guess, if I could put it, to be too worried about, oh, I'm out of ammo. Okay, for that general war, oh, I'm out of ammo. Okay, I can relatively safely scavenge. While with the HVZ, you need all your darts on you because you don't really have a chance to scavenge. Because campuses are typically bigger, so darts are going to be all over the place instead of, harder to find comparison to, right here, we have a small general war, smaller playing area, rough idea of where darts are at, easier to find, stuff like that. So, yeah, hopefully with the Nexus Pro, I plan to use that for a more longer range support tool, where, there's zombies that are just out of reach of my primary. I need to use the Nexus because with half lengths, it'll get a farther range, even with similar power, and it's more accurate. I need to, touch a zombie that's 10 feet out of what I'm comfortable using my Strife with. Because what I noticed is that with my Strife, I tend to be wasting a good chunk of darts just doing this. Basically using it like a grenade launcher, and just YOLOing, just not caring at all where my shots land. It's just, I'm trying to get phone down range, hoping to hit a target. Where that's not very ammo efficient. Because, the blaster can't hit that far, even when angled. So most darts end up falling short. So instead of just wasting full-length ammo and darts on this guy, where ammo is far more important, I have less ways to reload efficiently. For now, I hope to develop something that will make reloading really interesting, really efficient. It's just going to be hard to get darts to cooperate. It's basically going to be, so you know how like a proton pack, the rifle rounds are, fed through and then put into the blaster? Well, I'm thinking of that, but instead of going to a blaster, it goes into a magazine loader. So, and I know roughly how to design one of those because I have an Infamous. I can reverse engineer from there. So I'm thinking have a backpack or a square container that can hold darts in it, because square is far more efficient for darts than rifle, where cylindrical is more efficient for that. And then have it feed darts into a tube, into a feed system that reloads magazines on the fly and lets out an audible ring when full. How it's going to detect what magazine I put in there? I don't know. Yet. I can possibly design like a little thingy where, oh, I'm out of an 18. Push the button. It's going to be preset for 18 rounds. Put it in. It'll detect, okay, magazine inserted. Feed 18 darts. And then lets out ring. Takes, hey, your magazine's done. Takes out, pops back in feeder. Puts in, and then puts in next 18 round. So basically, how I'm thinking, well, this is on the fly thinking now, having a mild, like a small little control panel here, like a wrist mounted thing, be like, oh, sorry, I need to fucking take a Zerg tech. So I have like a little arm thing that has like different preset buttons. So 12, 6, or like 12, 18, and like another magazine, like maybe like a 10 round mag, something like that. But maybe they probably just gonna stick to 12 and 18. And then have like a clear button. That way it clears the preset. That or just have it be one done type deal. I know how to do some of this stuff because I've taken courses, stuff like that through college. That for some of this stuff is pretty basic stuff. So I know how to do it. I can make a theoretical code mock-up where, oh, push button or put in input, it sets X thing and does Y thing. I can do that. It's not hard. Especially with how my education is going and stuff like that. How my education is going and stuff like that. It's easier. It's gonna be easier for me to do that when I'm done with the course, and I can have it as a final project instead of, oh, nerf turret. You know, nerf turret, dime a dozen in a way. For people wanting to do that, just turret. No, I want a loading system. That'll be fun. It'll be innovative. So yeah, I'm hoping to have that in 2 years or so. Or at least a prototype, a functional prototype in 2 years. That'll be awesome. So yeah, that's how I'm planning to solve ammo issues. But for the time being, until I have that developed, this is going to be extremely inefficient for me to load up because I'm going to have ammo on my back, in a bag, or in a briefcase. I'm not doing that again. So yeah. So I'm hoping to reduce ammo consumption by being more selective in what I use each blaster for, and being more careful with how I target, aim and fire at things, like target things. Make sure I'm closer to targets so that way I can ensure a hit, saves ammo, prevent overshooting, hence semi-auto. So yeah. I guess that was a bit of a tangent on my philosophy of 2 different primaries. And also just if my strife goes down, Nexus is a decent backup, I'm not the biggest fan of Springers, but for Springers, prefer the Nexus. It's a damn good one. So yeah, that's roughly my chest rig. Back, I don't have anything on it. That's where support stuff is. So backpack, hydro pack, camel pack, other support items, stuff like that, like a first aid kit, basic one, stuff like that. And in the future, when I have the system developed, or at least a prototype working, a dart system, the magazine loader, it'd be mounted on the back, or at least easily mounted to the back with and stuff like that, easily secured. That way when running, it can still perform correctly, and not break under issues. And plus, I don't really do much cool tricks, so I don't have to worry about that regard. Yeah. So, that's my basic war chest. It's my basic plate carrier. Also, if you want proof that I can put a plate in here, there's a little. Hold on. I can put a plate in here. It's great. I'm gonna fix that later. because it's not even OCD, kind of. So yeah, I'm gonna go put this back. So I guess I'm kind of done with the whole spiel of loadout and certain blasters. Actually, I wish I can change the orientation on it while recording, but I can't. This is my workbench. Yeah, you can see it. It has some a pegboard wall. This is where my phone's mounted, by the way. It's jank, but it works. As you can see, I don't really have much space to work with, but I make do. I don't want people seeing my feet. This is just generally where I put some of my blasters that for one storage, such as this guy and the Dauntless. I think that's called the Dauntless. And then other blasters that I modified, like the ripped or painted, or just other ways alterated, such as the Riptide, the Ultra 2 here, Soundwave. I like Soundwave. Oh crap, that's the hook. Give me a sec. There we are. So yeah, blasters like Soundwave, which only reason why it's called Soundwave because it has a speaker in it, and I painted it purple. Only reason. Actually, I should probably accent it with black here. The Nerf logo with black. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that'd be better. Make it look nicer. But yeah, this is Soundwave. It's just a switch shot with beefier spring in it. Hits about 80 to 100 FPS. Feeds half length. It works with half lengths. It works pretty good. It's a pretty good blaster. The only thing to worry about is with full lengths, you can blow out the dart really easily if you feed it wrong. So don't do that. Half lengths, please. Yeah. So yeah, there's that. It's a pretty alright blaster though. I like it. It was a fun little project. So let's put you back up here. Here we are. So now, that general overview of, basic stuff that I have on my pegboard wall, my blaster setup, my workbench. I'm gonna talk and loadout. I'm gonna talk about a little bit of. Okay. I can put this together really easily. I'm gonna get DaVinci Resolve on my second laptop, and then put these together. I dropped my phone and the phone shut off. Oof. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm gonna talk more about what I'm hoping for the future of the channel and a few other things, and just some minor stuff regarding to other topics. So first off, future of the channel, I hope to upload a bit more consistently. Every war, I'm gonna upload the clips. I'm gonna try my best to do them in order, but I'm not going to guarantee that they're going to be in order. I'm gonna make a playlist for each war and stuff like that at nerf. Endwar 2023. I plan to attend it, and I'm planning to record footage for it as much as I possibly can. I'm gonna get a second battery for the GoPro or some form of charger or whatever. That way, I can record as much as I possibly can and stuff like that. And also take my, not this laptop here, my gaming laptop, but my second laptop. I'm gonna probably put like an extra storage device in there, and then that way I can put the footage onto there, stuff like that, because that's gonna be my editing laptop as well. It's a basic laptop, but better to do it on that than to do it on this, because this guy struggles with DaVinci Resolve. It doesn't like it, and plus it's gaming. So yeah, so that's just more general productivity stuff. So yeah, and with that, I hope to edit stuff a bit more, have a bit more editing, have be just better at videography as a whole, compared to basic minor edits, if any at all type deal. So yeah, with that and all, I hope to had some airsoft. Again, YouTube, this is airsoft. Airsoft. And for anyone that's worrying, it's clear. I'm not gonna dry fire, but yeah, check clear. So yeah, I hope to have more airsoft and actual firearm content on here. A video idea I have is granted this is gonna take either no one at the gun range or just me at a private place or something like that. Basically going over the main different like going over. I'm gonna sit this down. I don't like flailing it around. I'm gonna sit it down. Yeah. Going over if I had a paintball gun to it, I'd include it. I'm actually going to include my it's in my car. My Pulsar Pro as well with it. And go over at least my philosophy in terms of milsim, quote unquote, and tactical gear related stuff. And just go over how, in my opinion, each one fits into a progression system, with nerf being entry level and real steel being the final one, and then gels, ball, airsoft, paintball in between. I'm not going to talk as much about paintball in that regards because I have minimal experience with it. While airsoft, while I also have minimal experience with it, it's I have an actual airsoft gun. With paintball, I don't have anything. Closest I have is a pistol splat, which is a Nerf blaster now. One that I need to tweak. So yeah. I really shouldn't dry fire this one, but I don't care much. I mean, I rarely do it, so it's fine. So yeah, airsoft, I've watched a good chunk of airsoft stuff too. So as well, so I have a rough idea on my mind as well. Airsoft plays an important role in developing firearm safe and effective firearm tactics. So I'll go over that in that video when I can make it. Not if and when I can, or not if, when, and if I can, find a suitable way to do it. Because I can't do it in my backyard, that's for sure. Because I plan to shoot some stuff. Shoot stuff. Other things as well as I plan to also have gaming content still on here. I just don't really record much gaming stuff because it has issues and my OBS is not having the best of time right now. I need a nutsy and better. Okay, I'll do that later. So there's all that. Generally speaking, though, I'm primarily going to have Nerf stuff on here. I'm going to have the occasional rant or long video like this. This is going over 40 minutes, 50 minutes, I think. I can talk for a long time. Need water. Yeah. Stuff like that. Next on the docket, the recent CSP, the Consumer Service Product Center, whatever the frick it's called, the CSPC or CSPS, something like that. Ruling, fast track ruling relating to imitation firearms, which it's a dumb way to put it. They're purpose built for a reason type deal, I believe that it is an indirect way to go after the Second Amendment. I know some people are going to call me crackpot for it, but hear me out. So, airsoft, gel ball, paintball, and Nerf are all major Nerf less so, but are all major hobby, less so in comparison to airsoft and paintball and stuff like that. So Nerf and Gel Ball are less so compared to airsoft paintball, but they're all major key players into the firearm hobby itself, because well, as one gets older, they're like, oh, and stuff, and oh, I like this, I'm gonna try this out, and more often than not, if it's something similar to what they've tried before, they're more likely to like it. So I see there's that correlation there. uh and I know, actually, funnily enough, a good chunk of Nerf does cross over to Real Steel. For example, Coop, I think Drac might, and a few other content creators, they have Real Steel firearms as well, or a decent amount of them, or a small amount of them, and or are familiar with Real Steel firearms. So I feel like the connection of Nerf, gel ball, paintball, airsoft, and the shooting hobbies, or or competitive sports like that, shooting sports like that as a whole, do feed into the firearms hobby. So if you attack the attack main source for it, you're going to hurt it in the long run. So I feel like that's where my mindset is coming from, because while it doesn't really go after Second Amendment itself, because it's entirely different thing entirely, that's not really regulated by the Constitution. These sports, it does harm the community surrounding it. And so if you have less support in the community for it, then it's easier to, do stuff for it and whatnot. There's less incentive, stuff like that. Again, it's crackpot and it doesn't make sense to a lot of people. That's fine. It's my way of interpreting it. I also feel like that it's a minor, but still an overreach of bureaucratic power, because they're fast tracking something that is meant to go through a process, because a certain process, because it's a major piece of ruling. It's a major ruling that has major implications. So it's meant to go through this set of set of procedures instead of a fast track. It's currently the 11th. The last comment date is the 12th. So I'm a little late on things, and I'm not really great at this explaining it. So there's other videos about it, the topic and whatnot, that I'll try to link in the description. But yeah, I feel like that it's important to make our disagreement about this ruling known, just not as us as a Nerf hobby, but anyone that's involved in these hobbies. So Nerf, airsoft, gel ball, paintball, Real Steel. Real Steel, because to protect the whatever. I guess that's all I wanted to say about that. I could have made that my own video, but an individual video, but my own individual video about it. So, but I didn't, because, well, there's already numerous topics individually speaking about it, so I figured I have a minor clip about it. As for other things, I'm doing fine myself. I guess currently going through college, at community college near me, electronics engineering. So I'm going to be so I'm more going to be able to do stuff like, the dart system that I was speaking about, stuff like that. And I made remarks of, when I'm in as a final project. So yeah, I hope to expand in certain ways and improve in certain ways, not just myself, but my content and the way I do things, like getting far better at soldering. That's a bit of an overtime thing, getting far better at integrations, cleaning out my workbench and having better storage for that. Having a better PC, a dedicated PC, where my desktop will be right here. For context, right here's a little space between my dresser and my workbench, and then right over here, for further context, over here's a wall. My wall, and part of my loft bed, I have to have a monitor here, modify my workbench to have a roll out little shelf thing that has a keyboard and mouse on it, and then game better in a better posture instead of, oh, gaming on my bed or gaming on my workbench with minimal space where I can knock shit off and stuff like that and don't have to worry. Well, with the slide out keyboard and mouse, I don't have to worry about that because, well, it's on their own individual little place. I can have a little notebook. I can have a little thing. And maybe like a little cubby here underneath as well for like a mic and a few other things. So, oh, I want to record. Okay, grabs mic, pops here, plugs into desktop. Okay, set up, done. Let's go. I think my iPhone and my GoPro are good enough for recording in terms of quality, in terms of content recording for non-digital stuff, I guess I could put it. Because I've had, if you've seen the webcam footage for the one blaster, this guy, you know, it wasn't really that good looking. But as I get a better iPhone and stuff like that, get a better phone over the years, my content for that regard is going to improve. But yeah, generally, I hope over the years I'm going to improve and stuff like that. I might end up doing content in my basement with making content in my basement instead with a full fleshed out proper workshop. Instead of, oh, my little kit bashed, I guess I can put it, little setup here. I'm still gonna have this, because this is iconic for me, in my opinion. You know, working here, doing minor stuff, and then having the major projects be downstairs, in the basement. I have more space there in the little, section that I've claimed, I guess, like way to put it, for my workstation, for better videography. I can have a little dart setup, a little testing setup. I can have better lighting because I'm right here. I have 3 fucking lights on. I have my workbench lamp. I have a little lamp here, and then I have my main light, my main fan light, my ceiling light, whatever, and then I have the light from outside through the curtains. And also I just over time I hope to clear out this little mess that's next to me as well. That way this is actually presentable room. Yeah. Overall, most of this stuff's gonna take years to work on, some of it months. It's just a overtime type deal. I'm going to be working on better stuff. Right now my 3D printer is having issues. I'm gonna get CR Touch for it and replace the Z limit. Get rid of the Z limit switch. Probably get a glass print bed, stuff like that. Make this better, and I'm going to be starting printing a lot more stuff. Printing is going to be a crucial part to numerous projects of mine, such as the Dart feed system, DFS, the Dart feed system. That's the prototype name. And stuff like that, yeah. Oh, another thing as well. This guy right here, Wave Rider. I purchased her. Female blasters are female. There. Actual proper named ones, not prototype ones. These are inanimate. They are projects. They're prototypes. They're experiments. But blasters that I purchased from other people, that are named, or blasters that are just, oh, I want to make a blaster type deal that are named, are going to be female. So I purchased her at FoamCon because primary, my Fire Strife was hitting 140s, 150s. Yeah. I don't know how that happened. And my Caliburn, which I also brought, its upper receiver split in half. Hold on, let me grab the pieces. They're right here. So yeah, I still have the upper receiver because I don't throw away a lot of stuff. I need to get better at that. So yeah, here's the upper receiver. Splits in half pretty much cleanly. I figured it was going to be inevitable, but I didn't expect it to happen at endwar. If it didn't happen, I was hoping to find like a replacement there, but I couldn't, so I bought Wave Rider. She's a 3S setup. Hold on. Let's see if I can find her tag. I know where her tag's at. Let me see if I can find it. There we are. I also have a business card of the person I bought it from. I also have my earplugs. I also have random stickers and business cards. I grabbed business cards. So this is Wave Rider, a 42.5mm cage, running Valkyries on a 3S setup. Well, it can run a 2S setup and be under 130, because this hits like 150s with 3S. I purchased her from Deceptic Creepers? Deceptic Creepers Customs. There. He does some great work. I like him. I'm actually gonna subscribe to him on YouTube. Only thing to note is that during endwar, the mag release broke. It still works. I just gotta push it and then do it. And I have not gone around to replacing it yet. That's because I'm lazy. And also, I don't want to ruin any of the great work this man has put into this blaster. It's truly a great blaster. Thank you so much for making it. And I got it for $80. I had $80 in cash on me. Thank you for letting me purchase it for $5 cheaper than what you were selling it at. $85. I was like, I only have 80. It's like, oh yeah, sure. That's fine. You're obviously part of the hobby. Thank you so much again for that. You're a lifesaver. Thank you. I love your blaster. It's great. I really don't use it much now, but still, it's great. I love it. Thank you again. Again, it is Deceptic Creepers Customs. Check him out on YouTube and Instagram. Yeah. Great guy. I love him. I hope to see him at FoamCon this year, because I want to thank him again. I'm also maybe gonna know another blaster from his. He does great work. I hope to take a Wave Rider to endwar as well, just as a backup in case this still hits too high. No, please don't fall. Wait a sec. Oh, that's a different sling. Alternatively, I'm going to put either the long strike barrel or the Crimson Retaliator barrel, recon barrel, not Retaliator, barrel onto the strife and drop the performance down. Hopefully then it can be compliant. But yeah. That's a little bit more for endwar. But yeah, thank you again for 50 subscribers, everyone. I hope to make a 100 subscriber video. And by that time, I hope to have my basement be presentable to show a work in progress workshop. I hope to have a better grasp of certain things, and maybe even depending on how long it'll take, even have the DFS system work, or the DFS working, the dart feed system working, or the DLS, dart loading system, dart feed system, whatever. I'll workshop the name. It's going to be a while before it's fully finalized and functional prototype, because for now it's just an idea, and I'm gonna do some sketching later for it, because why not? So again, thank you again, all 54 people. Thank you anyone who watches this video. I'm gonna be posting it other places and whatnot, the link to it in places. I saw that like 90-something% of, I don't know if this is gonna be a little funny, pretentious, 98% of people that watch my videos don't subscribe. I'm not gonna be like, oh, please subscribe. I mean, subscribe if you want to, but only if you want to and like my stuff and want to see more of me. You're not at all obligated to do it. I'm just thinking, that's awesome, because that means that And I feel like, and this is another little tangent, I feel like content creators are misinterpreting that data a little bit. You should not have it be a high percentage of subscribers watching your content. The explanation is that means that it's not being fed to the algorithm or publicly circulated as much as it is being fed to your subscribers. So if you have a decent percentage, such as like 80-20 or 40-60, 50-50, stuff like that, where a good portion of your viewership of a video comes from non-subscribers, then that video is doing great. Because it means it's getting fed to the algorithm, it's being circulated regularly, and people are clicking on it. That's great. So 98%, well, I know where the source of most of it is from. I feel like a good maybe 12% of that 98 is through the algorithm. And to that 12%, I thank you for watching my videos. And the 98% as well, and the 2% as well that subscribed. I thank you all for watching my videos, and those that subscribe, thank you for subscribing. This is just a hobby in a hobby, for lack of a better way to put it. So while I'm not really putting much effort into it, I'm still putting care into it, and seeing that being reflected in a way is nice. So thank you again, and I hope you all have a nice day. I have nothing better to do today. This was something I made off the cuff. Had one extra prior take to this on my GoPro. I said that in the first chunk of this video. So thank you all again. Have a good day. See if Experiment is out.